News with Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY.
So I was, enjoying a little time off, spending it with Megan, and around New Year's Eve, get a message that the Illinois Supreme Court has issued a stay on the no cash bail provision of the Safety Act, and that was supposed to go into effect January 1st. So no cash bail, not in effect. They really haven't made clear as to when they're going to hear this or make a decision on it, but it's based off the Kankakee County judge that decided to side with plaintiffs suing the state over implementation of the no cash bail provision, and that judge in Kankakee County saying that while the plaintiffs did not prove that the state violated the single subject rule, and while the plaintiffs did not prove that the state didn't give enough airing of this particular issue in a public format, the judge did say that the plaintiffs proved that the state violated the state constitution when it comes to the Victims' Rights Act, and also when it comes to the issue of separation of powers and surety bond in the Illinois Constitution. So the Kankakee County judge saying that if lawmakers wanted to change that aspect of the state constitution, then they should have put the question to voters, just as they did when it comes to that labor amendment that passed back in November. So the Kankakee County judge made that ruling. You had some questions about whether or not this was going to impact the entire state, and even some saying that it was going to breed some chaos and uncertainty. And then, as the appeal was being made by the Illinois Attorney General to the Illinois Supreme Court, the Supreme Court said, no, we're not just doing this piecemeal. We're actually going to suspend implementation of no cash bail for the entire state. Because initially it was thought it was only going to be about 64 counties or so. But no, that ultimately means that all counties cannot implement no cash bail until this is sorted out. So you can imagine it's going to take a while. You've got briefs from each side that need to happen here. Of course, the state's going to have to defend themselves, and the plaintiffs are going to have to provide their briefs. But what happens next here is going to be fascinating and closely monitored, and we'll be monitoring it and bringing you the latest here with Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. But some of the conversation that has happened, you've got some state lawmakers sounding off on this, one being Patrick Windhorst. He is a downstate state representative, and he had recently said that the Kankakee County ruling, while he likes it, it's likely going to mean some chaos. But he took to an interview recently with Illinois Radio Network and said that the ruling from the Illinois Supreme Court was necessary.
In certain judicial circuits having cash bail and others not. And then you have municipalities that are across counties where one part of the municipality would have cash bail and the other wouldn't. It would have been chaotic.
So the Republican, again, reiterating the chaos that could have come out of this. And we'll watch as to what happens next when briefings are going to be scheduled, when those documents are going to have to be filed, and when they're going to have a public hearing. Could it be a month away? Could it be a couple of months away? Is this something that the Illinois legislature is going to have to tackle during lame duck session, which starts today, ends January 10th? Or are they going to have to come back on January 11th and do something else? But the proponents of no cash bail, which say that they want to make sure that the system is equitable, and that people who are of lesser means are able to get out of jail pending trial without having to pay to get out of jail pending trial, are treated the same as those who could pay to get out pending trial. So as it is right now, it's status quo. Despite the Safety Act passing way back in January of 2021, now almost 2 full years ago, and all of the various amendments that have happened, including the amendments that were approved by the legislature December 1st last month, and then signed by the governor just a few days after that, last-minute amendments, that wasn't enough to stave off the concerns that states' attorneys and sheriffs had across the state, and now it's in the hands of the Illinois Supreme Court. When they make their decision, still yet to be known. It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk, and we got